Okay. According to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, smoking is the leading most preventable cause of death in the United States. The leading most preventable cause in the United States. Is that not reason to take action to put a stop to this? Centers for Disease Control and Prevention also states that 49,400 deaths caused per year are from secondhand smoke exposure. Over 49,000 deaths. And this is just secondhand smoke. These are just innocent people who are just involuntarily exposed to tobacco smoke and these chemicals from cigarettes that lose their lives every year. If you smoke or are a smoker, smokers out there, technically, I know it's kind of a really, really bad thought, but you could accidentally murder somebody by smoking next to them because of the damage that secondhand smoke can cause to your friend standing next to you even. This is a chart here that shows that there are about 45 million adult cigarette smokers in the U.S. today. And I'm sorry, we've got this from cdc.gov. And they're really, this is the Control Center of Disease and Prevention. It's their data. The number of non-smoking Americans exposed to secondhand smoke is over triple that amount, at about 126 million. So you can see that the effect of one smoker can affect many people who choose not to smoke. And in that 126 million, we have 22 million of our children ages from 3 to 11 are also exposed to secondhand smoke. So if this is the damage that secondhand smoke can cause to adults, with that number I said, 22 million children are exposed to this every year. In our class survey, we asked 4 questions. We asked if you smoked, if you've ever smoked, if you are regularly exposed to involuntary inhalation of smoking or secondhand smoke, or if you have a relative or a family member that also smokes. Most actually answered that they do not smoke and that they have not tried to smoke, which is very, very pleasing to hear. But almost everyone answered that they are in some way, shape, or form exposed to it regularly, or they have a family member that does smoke. Smoking needs to be illegal so that we can protect the health of the Americans who choose not to smoke and to save the lives of people who are addicted to smoking and just cannot kick the habit because the nicotine chemical is so addictive. If these statistics aren't enough to convince you the damage that smoking and secondhand smoking can cause, we have a couple photos of their these, by the way, are some other chemicals that are actually ingredients in cigarettes. You've got cadmium from batteries, toilet cleaner. Mind you, this is all extremely poisonous. You got pesticides, things that kill insects. When you smoke a cigarette, you're inhaling all of this, and this is just 3. There's like 11, and trust me, you really don't want to know what the other ones are. Of these poisonous chemicals that you inhale into your lungs every time you smoke a cigarette. And like Kirsten stated earlier, a pack of cigarettes is in your lungs for almost 7 years. So all these, they're deadly, are in your lungs for 7 years. Just one pack of cigarettes. Now I'll show you a few pictures, and I'm sorry, but they are a little bit graphic, I'm going to warn you, so you're not going to like what you see. These are healthy lungs right here, and this is a smoker's lungs. Over here, healthy lung tissue, disease. I'm pretty sure you want to be on the left side of both of those pictures. Keep going. This is oral cancer. Not very pretty, is it? Okay. So now that we've seen the damage that smoking can cause, both through statistics and visuals. I'd like to say that, sorry, one moment here. I'd like to ask you if you're convinced yet, because I sure was. Anyone here convinced that this is just awful and it needs to be stopped? According to the U.S. document, How Tobacco Smoke Causes Disease, a report of the Surgeon General, most diseases that result from smoking are cancer. This includes lung, oral, cardiovascular disease, pulmonary disease, and reproductive and developmental effects. Since smoking is a major health risk, we will now talk about some short-term and long-term solutions to counter the smoking epidemic.
One way to help us break that small-term habit of smoking is to pick a time when you really want or crave, like a cigarette, and promise yourself you won't have that cigarette, even though you're really craving it. Whatever time you decide, stick with it. Don't even give in once. Whenever you feel that need to smoke, do something else. Chew gum, go on a walk, drink water. By doing this, you're substituting something bad in for a healthy, smoke-free habit. Have a quit day that gives you a goal and a promise to yourself and the ones you love. Janice, a former smoker, says, I picked a quit day I thought I could stick to. I wanted to quit after the kids went back to school, so I would have a little more time for myself. There are some possible ways to break your addiction on smoking, and I'm going to touch base on a few. The night before you quit, throw all your cigarettes away. Just throw them away. There is a phrase called the 5 Ds to quit smoking. The first one is take deep breathing. This helps you remain calm and cool. The second is drink water. Try to drink 8 glasses of water a day. 3, do something else. Keep your mind off of smoking. Go play baseball or basketball. Just do something else. 4, discuss with a friend or family member about the things that will help you feel better. 5, delay. Do not reach for that cigarette right away. Even though you're craving it, it'll pass 3 or 5 minutes after. The most beneficial long-term goal to stop smoking would be to make it illegal in the United States. We encourage that anyone that smokes in this room or anyone that knows of someone that smokes to encourage them to quit and help make it help make it stop to smoking. During our presentation, we have discussed how smoking is addictive, then we stressed upon the impact on secondhand smoke, and lastly, the health consequences that result from smoking. Smoking has really increased health problems in the United States, and it really should be illegal across the United States. Don't be a statistic, take action, and fight for the cutback of smoking. Any questions? Okay.